The president of America, President Trump, just spied the most dangerous dictator on earth. And nobody's talking about his atrocities. Nobody's talking about this man's wickedness. Some of our Aboki's brothers and sisters are busy protesting, saying we stand with Iran. They are busy dragging America and Israel flag on the floor, saying we stand with Iran. But I'm not sure they know what this man did or how wicked this man was. And I think the world should also know that it is not all about the the nuclear weapon alone. That's not the full gist. That's not the reason why he was taken out. This Iran supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, was an unelected religious leader who has absolute control over Iran military, court and media for 36 years. He was more powerful than even the president. Nobody voted him in and nobody could vote him out. Then under this man rule, 2,228 people were executed in 2025 alone. This past December, 403 people were hanged. They were hanging people every day. They hang like 30 people per day. That's what they did in last December year. Then in that country, if your daughter is up to 13 years, it's legalized to be married. So you can just groom a child like 13 years old child or even lower than that person is ready to be married. Then it got so bad that the inflation in that country got so bad that the people came together to protest that there was too much hardship in the country. And guess what this man did? This man gave order for his people to be pied in the street with military force. They trapped unarmed protesters and set them on fire while they were trying to escape. It didn't end there. They actually went to the hospitals where the injured protesters were and executed them on their beds. And then they made their loved ones to sign that they were among the soldiers if they want to collect their dead bodies. Then they now shut down the entire internet so that the world will not know what was going on in that country. So neighboring country or country like America or other country that would have been able to help, they did not know what was going on in that country. Then their own internal documents estimate over 30,000 civilians that have been killed in 48 hours, and that makes a record of the deadliest 2 days massacre in modern history. Imagine if this man can do this to his own people. What will this man do to another country? And there's this rumor, not really rumor, there's this document flying all over the internet now that this Iran, they were the one that were bringing weapons to Nigeria during the regime of Goodluck Jonathan. So you can't be a wrongdoer and don't find your match one day. So before you go on the protest, please do your research. Do your research. Find out what is really going on, because these are brothers that are going everywhere, carrying flags everywhere. They are when they start playing this drum, I hope you guys will be ready to dance to it. I hope you'll be ready to dance to it. Because whatever you are doing now is on the internet.
Iran was a contributor to all the problem that is happening in Nigeria. During the Jonathan time, Iran keep shipping weapons down to the north. I didn't make it up. See the news. It is still online. You guys don't make research. A lot of weapons was intercepted in Lagos and in different parts of Nigeria, and they all came from Iran, just to use to enhance the pie of people. Just used to enhance Boko Haram. Everybody knows. Do you think USA and Israel, they don't have their investigation before doing all these things? Do you think US and Israel, talking about Iran, Turkey and Nigeria, do you think they don't know what they are doing? They know what they are doing. It's an investigation. They have seen all this link. Do you think them talking about Venezuela, they don't know what they are doing? What US and Israel is doing is cleansing of the world. But you guys won't understand.
Firstly, I want to say that the Northerners are the greatest enablers of their oppression. Northerners did not come to this point of oppression by mistake or by chance. No, this is something they have enabled in the name of religion for years, for decades, and now it is escalating. Oh,
just take a look at this. Let me tell you, at the end of it, after they have brought this weapon into Nigeria, and what did they do? They destabilized Jonathan government and removed Jonathan through all this bombing of places. And Jonathan was so scared because Jonathan felt that if he didn't drop that power that time, more innocent Nigerians would be quiet and there might be war. Jonathan dropped that power, and immediately Buhari came. Buhari visited the same supreme leader of what? Of Iran. Immediately after that, what is the next thing that Buhari did? Buhari knew that if legal basis of licensing a arm in Nigeria is still in place, you guys will be able to acquire arms to defend yourself. And what did he do? Immediately he did what? Immediately he stopped the licensing of what? Of arms to make you people defenseless. I made a video about that. So what are you going to say about it? He stopped the licensing of arms so that the other part of the country will not be able to defend itself. These are the picture. You see it. You see his connection with Iran. And do you think US and Israel have not traced all these things back to Nigeria? They knew what is going on. And that is why I am telling you that it is the end is here. After Iran, they are coming for Nigeria and probably Turkey. They were able to remove Venezuela president because it's also part of the person using his oil money to finance all those things. So you guys should understand and think, and that is why if all this is going on, did not keep protesting, keep supporting Iran, because their leader who are involved knows what is happening. That's why. Do you think all those people in the street, they know what they are doing? They are only supporting what their leaders is telling them.
So they know how to protest on the streets. They know how to protest when bandits are unaliving them in thousands on a daily basis. They didn't hit up on the street and crying and even flying Nigerian flag for security. Anyway, all I have to say is that karma is a bitch, man. Karma is a bitch. Okay, and me even trying to be a nationalist is so that they will not spread their nonsense to the southern Nigeria. Because if here get worse, Nadia they wrong go, and no man go spoil that side. And this Aboki must go protest in the southern Nigeria. Of course, it is illegal, but I love that. Don't enable rubbish there. Bye.
Do you know that in October 2010, long before Boko Haram started operations in northern Nigeria, Nigerian authorities intercepted 13 shipping containers at Apapa Port, Lagos. The containers were shipped from Iran and it contained Iranian weapons, including rockets, grenades, and ammunitions, falsely labeled as building materials. Yes, 13 shipping containers containing weapons from Iran. Those containers were to be taken to northern Nigeria before they were seized by Nigeria's customs. This was when Goodluck Jonathan was in power. And we all saw how Boko Haram later came on board and Jonathan lost the seat of power. Here is the picture of late Buhari and late Ayatollah Khamenei. You can connect the dots if you know what's up. So if you are crying for Ayatollah Khamenei, you are a terrorism sympathizer, as that man, through his terrorism links and sponsorship, unalived millions of people all over the world. Where do you think Boko Haram and all those killer headsmen get their ammunition and Sharia ideology from? It is from Iran. Yes, Iran. Iran is so blessed and rich with oil. Iran has never been a Muslim country from outset. Indigenous Iranians were the ancient Persians. They were never Muslims or were invaded by the mullahs who brought in Islam. If Iran had utilized the trillions they earned from oil, they would be like Dubai and Saudi Arabia. But nah, Iran, with their evil agenda, has sunk in billions of dollars sponsoring terrorism in the world. Iran is not merely a geopolitical actor. It is a government that openly funds an arms group like Hezbollah, Hamas, and Islamic Jihad, Boko Haram, and killer herdsmen militias that have killed thousands of civilians, suppressed freedom, and turned children into frontline soldiers. These are not liberation movements. They are war machines, often operating with Iran's blessing, money, and weapons. See, I have no sympathy for terrorists and their sponsors. I don't even, whatever.
You want to revenge you. Do you know what is going on between these people? You think it is about religion? This is not about religion, if you must know. Nothing concerns Nigeria in this case, please. Some of you don't know war. They will shout war. You will say, I'm shy. This is my first war. Some of you don't know what war is. And let me tell you this. You recorded yourself, put it online, saying that you want to revenge for Ayatollah or something. You want to face US and Israel. Do you know who they call Israel and US? Do you know the capacity? Do you know what these people have when it comes to war? What do Nigeria have? What do we have? We have mosque and church that they can just launch one missile, pew, they'll wipe us off in seconds. Please, some of you don't know the power of media. This thing that you just said and post now, they can just see it and be like, okay, you are threatening us, Abi, and they will come for us. I beg now. Have you guys forgotten what happened in the north? That they said they killed some of these Christians, and that pastor came out and the world hear him. They saw it. Donald Trump say, okay, they are killing our Christian brothers, and eventually they intervene. Some of you don't know the power of media. Now, you recorded yourself saying that you want to revenge Ayatollah. Whatever it takes, we Muslim, who is we in the first place? You! Who is we? You're saying the Nigerian Muslim will stand up for him. I beg now. Which one is we? Now, that video you recorded and posted online now saying that you want to take revenge of Ayatollah or something. In Nigeria, for that matter, war will not concern you. Do you know that they can see that video and be like, okay, truly, Nigeria is threatening us? Some of you do not know. You will be saying, my first war, I'm shy. Please, let us know what we will be posting online. Please. Let us know the kind of thing we post online. These people can see it and think that probably we are threatening them. Azari Dokubo, as I think one of his videos, they've seen one of his videos that he said the kill Ayatollah. They want to, you just go and check Israel page. You see what I'm saying there. I beg now. This is no consign. Some of you think this thing is about religion. This war is not about religion. It's about power. It is about world power. They are fighting for power, not religion. Get sense. Some of you don't know history. You don't know history, and that's the problem. You need to know history. This war now you are just seeing now, it don't happen today, not be today. But eventually, if these people wage war against us, how do we protect ourselves? What do we have in Nigeria? What do we have? In Nigeria, we are fighting Boko Haram for how many years now? We've not been able to capture them. Bandits and all the rest. So we are talking about, I beg, want to know what on the post online. I beg. And if you want to, if you say you want to revenge, no problem. But make sure you said and mention your name and your family. You understand? Exclude others. Exclude us. We don't know anything about this war. You know, consign us. I beg.
Anything that Nigerians are doing here in Nigeria, as long as the Americans live in Nigeria and they are working in that American embassy here, all the things that Nigerians are doing is appearing on their FYP. In relation to some of the northern Muslims who protested heavily against America and Israel, you people have crossed your boundary to an extent that you people have to match the flag of America and Israel. In fact, some people are burning the American flag. So the video now and the pictures now have already gotten to the congressmen in America. It's simple as that. So the anger is already there. That's the reason why. It's one of the reasons why they have to shut down their embassy. One of the reasons, because there's so many reasons, but one of the reasons. So me as a Nigerian, I understand how painful that thing is. If you match my flag, you disrespected my country, you have crossed the line. And these people, you know one thing about the US is they have intelligence who are monitoring everything. If they want to carry out anything in North, if they want to do anything in North, they will do it successfully. Even Nigerian army will know. So that's the reason why I felt pity for some of these northern Muslims. If you are saying something like this, they would come outside. All these northern Muslims, they will come outside and be telling you that, and we are not afraid of death, this and that, blah blah blah. You don't see die before. That's why we are telling you. Be careful the way you talk about America. Be careful the way you insult America. Be careful the way you are wishing American death. Because when these people mean you, before you know, you will be in your house, but you'll never see yourself in your house again. I don't understand you. You just wake up one day and you say the fight that is going on between Iran and the Israel is religion fight. How do you think? You say it's a religion fight. That's the reason why some of you have to come outside and start protesting. Why will you do so? Now you are causing problems for some of the good Muslims that are in North. That's my pain right now, because there's a good Muslim out there. You are causing problem for these people now. I just pray that Americans should, if they want to take any action towards that part, they should use their intelligence and assassinate anybody that go ahead and misbehave. Yes, it's simple as that, because if they want to do anything, they will do it successfully. Even the Nigerian army cannot do anything. They are not like DSS, because there is power in this social media. Why will you go ahead and match some people's flag? Saboda Allah, kuje kuna tutaka masu flag akasa. Kuje kuna masu flag, kuna video na shi kuna turawa internet. Haba, ku daina irin wannan abin ba kyau. Ba kyau. Yanzu ku riga kun tafka fa, masakun ku ya isa lafiya lau. Allah dai ya taimake mu.
Hello viewers and welcome to my channel. So now it all makes sense why these people are just condemning what US did and they are in support of Iran. Because at first I was confused. I said, why will Iran, some Iranians be jubilating, most of them jubilating for the death of their supreme leader, but it's Nigerians that are protesting and condemning the attack by US? Because I really didn't understand the connection. Because what is really the connection? But now it's obvious and now we understand. Because these people, they have their own, this is one of the sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria, according to the news. And according to what the second speaker said. So, and if you listen and watch the video closely, you'll know that it really tallies with everything. If not, why do you think these people are out there condemning US and supporting Iran? Why are you standing by Iran? This leader is someone that is known to be a notorious leader. He was known to be a notorious leader, a big time terrorist. So why another Muslims in support of him? Why are you people? And I just noticed that anybody that Sheikh Gumi should come out to support, there's something fishy about it. Because we never see Sheikh Gumi coming out to support a good leader. Never. That man is a terrorist sympathizer, and at the same time he's someone that he's just all about himself and what he stands to gain. He only supports evil and bad thing, terrorism. So for him to come out and condemn that attack, then stand with Iran, I knew something was fishy about it. Now, we've all heard from what these people have to say. Let's talk in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And if today is your first time joining my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe.
Do you know how many people that have gone down the drain because of that man? That man is the brain, is the headquarter, is the operational base headquarter of ISIS, ISWAP, name it, the list is endless. He's their governor. Do you know how many lives, millions, if not billions of lives, have gone down the drain, not just in Nigeria, across the globe, because of that man? Now, the man, they are unalive the man, then people are protesting. You guys are jobless. You guys are so jobless. Very jobless. Even the true Iranians, the Iranians are jubilating, thanking Donald Trump and Israel for what they have done. Then you now, very nefarious set of people, you are protesting that they are unalive the supreme leader of Iran, Khamenei, right? You are protesting. Meanwhile, the Iranians are jubilating all around the world, thanking Donald Trump and Netanyahu for what they have done. Why are you so miserable like this? You enjoy the heads that are rolling in Nigeria, but you don't want to put your own head or that of your children. Mad people all over the place.